But what you would do is you would leave the 2 prusik knots in. Oh, here comes the rain. You'd leave the 2 prusik knots in. Oh, I'm running for cover. That's cool. What's up, scallywags? Time to go bush again. Alright team, so today I'm gonna go bush and set up a tarp shelter while it's raining. We're expecting some pretty hefty rain to come on through a little bit later, so we'll see how this goes, and as always, for a cover. Some thunder. This is gonna be great. Let's see what I found. That's pretty cool. Those are tiny little red mushrooms. It's even more of them. That's really cool. Those are really bright red. I've seen these before, and I think that they're New Zealand specific, but that's cool. It's nice to see like a splash of color like that every now and then. This is probably the most open I've seen it, so probably gonna pitch a bivvy here. Sweet. So I'm gonna set this up too far away. I don't have a microphone, so it's gonna be like a silent montage. So hang in there, scallywags. Good old Trangia. Right, let's make a brew. Oh, starting to rain a bit harder. great. Right, let's go fill that up and we'll come back. Got a nice slope on that, shedding water beautifully. There's the bungee cords. No, here's one, and that's just a pull. You pull that and it'll just quick release the whole thing, which is kind of cool. Right, let's get some water. Whoa. Put my whole boot in that. Ooh, mushrooms. There you go. You can see the water running really nicely, trickling off the end there. Just a little capful of water to add to the fuel. And that stops the, it makes it a cleaner burn, and it stops marks forming, scorch marks, soot marks forming on the bottom of my pot. And because I don't like cleaning, that makes me happy. Good old Opinel number 6. Nice, small, sharp. Throws a spark. There we go. I tell you what, this foam mat that I've cut short is the bee's knees and the cricket's chip. Just lying here like this, it's nice and warm. I could actually nap off. Sweet. Pop the old simmering on. Don't need it to be a blazing boil. Let that simmer away for a while. I'd say that's some pretty stiff tea. Which is great. Damn, that's good. Sweet, hot tea. This is honestly one of the highlights of going bush for me. I don't know what it is, but tea that's brewed with water from the creek on a trangia, or I don't know if it's the fresh air, but man, it's so yum. It's just great. Ah, gosh. Cheers, lads. So, just to review this tarp shelter, I just put this up because I got a question around how would I do it, and this is it. Particularly with a few extra modifications, which I'll talk you through. Okay, so overall, this is the scenario, right? And I've shown you how to make those bungee cords. Now, this shelter here is pretty deluxe as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's pretty wide. I think it's a 2 meter by 2.8 meter tarp. It's not like an El Cheapo. It's like a middle of the range tarp. I like it because it's green. And what I would do, and what I am going to do, is if you have a look here, see I've got these pegs holding it in, and that's because the end loops were too short. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add on another loop, and these are going to remain tied in permanently to these eyelets. And what that allows me to do is to fold the tarp up with the rope, with the bungee cords, all folded in, attached, ready to roll. So when I unroll this, all I need to do is, instead of finding little pegs, I can literally just have it tied on, peg it out over there, and you know, peg it out, and it'll be quick and easy to go. In terms of size, it's quite large. You know, when you compare it to the poncho shelter that we built last week, you know, that was pretty luxurious. I was actually surprised at how luxurious it was. This one's even more so. This could sleep 3, 4, 5 people, particularly if you were prepared to go this way, and how you set it up. So yeah, I would like to change out this white rope here. I suspect it'll stretch with time, and I have had one out in the sun and it's perished. So if I could, I would like to change that. But what you would do is you would leave the 2 prusik knots in. Oh, here comes the rain. You'd leave the 2 prusik knots in. Oh, I'm running for cover. That's cool. I'd leave the 2 prusik knots in, so that all I have to do is set up the rope and space out the prusik knots, and then very quickly just pop in 2 pegs in the eyelets. And that's how I would do it. Very quick, very easy shelter. I would also carry some pegs. These are just run-of-the-mill cheapy pegs, but if you wanted to, you could get some light pegs that would make this, you know, again, a lighter shelter. So yeah, this is cheap, it's very effective. I've slept through thunderstorms particularly with the bungee system. Even without, I've slept through thunderstorms, but the bungee system just allows it to flex, but it always goes back to being taut. And that's kind of a big deal, in my opinion. I hate having an interrupted sleep, and so good night's sleep is worth spending a bit of time and money on. Sweet guys, so it's about 3 p.m. And it's getting quite dark, so I'm gonna start packing up and head on back. Got some things to do with my wife, so yeah, gonna pack up and head on back. It looks light, but it's actually quite dark, and it's getting darker, which is why I'm heading back. And this creek 2 months ago wasn't flowing. It was pretty much dried up, and at this section ran under water. Sweet. So guys, that's the basics of how to set up a tarp shelter for bad weather. And as you can see, like, quite roomy under there. If you put some time and effort into it, it's usually dry. You can be quite warm. There's, that particular tarp shelter, there's a lot of room there for multiple people, but also if you want to, you can put your gear in there. You can keep your gear dry, which is not always possible with tarp shelters, particularly the smaller ones. So yeah, as you can see, that's how I like to do it. The bungee cords make quite a difference in particularly bad weather, and while it's usually not as big a deal when you're in close country, in the bush like that, it becomes more of an issue if you're on like rolling plains, farmland, that sort of thing, where the wind can really come howling along. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want to know how to do anything else with that. Yeah, cool. Thanks guys.